when we got married and we went to our honeymoon the next day, we decided for our honeymoon that it would be a disconnected honeymoon, meaning no computers, no cell phones, just being able to pour into each other, plan out what our family life would look like, what type of parents we want to be, what type of spouse we want to be, so really just pour into each other. And so again, no phones, but at the time, Charlie's assistant gave Charlie a bat phone for emergencies, so there was only emergency phone numbers on this phone.
For years, Charlie and Erika Kirk's relationship was presented as a picture-perfect success story. But now, old clips, resurfaced comments, family rumors, and growing online speculation are causing people to revisit moments that once seemed completely harmless. From a honeymoon story that has taken on a very different meaning for some viewers, to claims of tension behind the scenes involving people close to Charlie's family, the internet has been piecing together a narrative that continues to spark debate.
I never dated here because I saw vicariously through my roommate how terrible it was. Somehow getting drinks was the replacement of having coffee and breakfast. I personally would rather have coffee or brunch with someone than going, I don't drink. I find it unproductive, not because I'm holier than whatever. I just don't operate that way. But I always thought it was very strange how she would go to drinks with one guy and then go to dinner with another. So it goes twofold here. So if you're expecting to marry someone that I was blessed with, like a Charlie, you have to be the type of woman that will attract a Charlie. Are you going to church? Are you going to Bible study?
As more past interviews, speeches, and public appearances resurface, supporters and critics alike are asking the same question. Was there more going on behind the scenes than the public ever knew? In this video, we'll break down the claims, the rumors, the family dynamics being discussed online, and why so many people are suddenly looking at this story through a completely different lens. Let's get into it. When people revisited the honeymoon story, some details landed very differently. What once sounded charming to supporters suddenly struck others as uncomfortable, awkward, and a little hard to ignore.
When we arrive, we go straight to the gym, because that's what we did. And I'm on one side of the gym, Charlie's on the other, and then all of a sudden, I was thinking he pulled out the bat phone. And I was like, okay, maybe he's gonna put on some music. He loved classic rock. I was like, maybe he's gonna put on some music. So I'm on the treadmill, he's over in the weights, and all of a sudden I hear Dr. Arn's voice coming from the side of the room. And so I walk over to him, and I was like, baby, what are you listening to? He goes, I know. He was like, I'm almost done. He's like, I have to finish just a few more lectures from Dr. Arn. I have a few more certificates I have to get from my online courses at Hillsdale. We're almost there. I can't skip him. I was like, baby, you do what you got to do.
A lot of viewers now think Charlie may have noticed warning signs about Erika long before the public ever caught on. As people started connecting Erika's past stories, the growing family tensions, and the claims Mary allegedly raised later, the entire honeymoon story began to look very different. What was once told as a sweet and memorable honeymoon moment suddenly carried a different energy. To some observers, it sounded less like a romantic story and more like a moment when Charlie may have started realizing that certain things weren't completely lining up. That's why so many people have been paying closer attention lately. The criticism surrounding Erika allegedly is no longer being viewed by some as just random online gossip or social media chatter. Many observers believe the conversation has shifted because it is now being linked to claims involving people within Charlie's own family, and that has sparked even more interest.
And you can see from behind me, this is a recreation of the tent where Charlie Kirk lost his life at Utah University in September, and people are taking selfies with it.
I can't. I cannot. I am not capable of whatever that. When I saw this, I realized I do not know enough words. I had to consult a thesaurus, and I still could not land upon the correct adjective to describe.
Online rumors can spread quickly, but when family members are allegedly involved or appear distant behind the scenes, people tend to notice right away. Over the past few months, viewers have pointed to what they believe are signs of growing tension between Erika and members of Charlie's inner circle, especially his sister, Mary. According to online speculation, Mary allegedly grew uncomfortable with the way Erika handled Charlie's public image after his passing, and that claim quickly caught the attention of many viewers.
How I felt when I saw that tent, people taking selfies under a recreation. I don't know if it's actually the tent. It looks like it's pretty old, or a tent that Charlie died under. That's what was happening at AmFest. Horrified. I was aghast. I don't think I ever described myself as aghast. I was aghast. It was ghastly to look at that and to realize that they made a conscious decision to allow that to happen. To what end?
As those rumors spread, more people started digging through older interviews, clips, and stories, searching for details they may have overlooked before. Once that alleged tension became a topic of discussion, people began viewing past moments through a completely different lens, especially the honeymoon story. What had once been presented as a romantic memory suddenly left some viewers questioning whether there was a deeper story behind it all. Erika had previously told audiences that she and Charlie planned a completely unplugged honeymoon. According to her account, they wanted time away from social media, outside distractions, and the constant noise of public life so they could focus on their marriage and talk about their future together. She later shared that same story again during a speech given after receiving an honorary degree in Charlie's honor, which brought renewed attention to those earlier comments online.
Back in 2013, Erika Kirk, or rather Erika Fronsby, because that's her maiden name, was dating a basketball player named Joshua Harrelson. Joshua Harrelson's Twitter handle is @BigGeorge55. That is a crazy Twitter handle. Anyways, how do I know this? How do I know that they dated? Well, despite Erika deleting all of her old posts and pictures and privating her old accounts, many people commented underneath her posts, and those comments underneath her posts are still visible on Twitter. For example, this tweet from November 11th, 2013, @Erika Fronsby @BigGeorge55. It's the best when it's like that. Everything is just practice until the one.
As the clip circulated, many people revisited the story and started discussing it all over again. At first, the story sounded sweet, simple, and harmless. But then, Erika mentioned one detail that changed the tone for a lot of viewers and sparked fresh conversation online. According to Erika, Charlie still carried what she described as a bat phone for emergencies, even while they were on their honeymoon. But what really grabbed people's attention was Erika's claim that Charlie allegedly spent part of the honeymoon listening to lectures connected to Larry Arnn and Hillsdale courses instead of being completely focused on newlywed life. That detail stood out and quickly became one of the most discussed parts of the story online.
You let it roll right off your back, and this is what's so beautiful about this moment, because if the internet wants to clip it, who cares? I love this woman. She's an amazing woman. She has a soul and a heart for the Lord, and words are words, but I know her heart, and it doesn't even matter, and you say what you want to say because I know your heart. I will not judge that.
Sister. Thank you.
At the time, the audience laughed when she shared it, and many people treated it as a lighthearted anecdote. But reactions on social media have looked very different in recent months. Ever since Charlie's sister allegedly suggested there may have been deeper issues behind the scenes, some viewers have gone back and rewatched those old clips with a new perspective. As the discussions grew, many people started asking the same question. Why did Charlie seem so focused on other matters during what was supposed to be one of the biggest and happiest moments of his life? That question has fueled plenty of online debate. For some observers, that was the point where the entire narrative began to shift. What was once viewed as a funny honeymoon story started being interpreted by critics as a possible sign that things were not as perfect as they appeared. The timing especially caught people's attention, as some now speculate that Charlie may have been noticing concerns or inconsistencies long before the public started talking about them.
I mean, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B.
Okay, Nicki Minaj is causing dads to leave the home.
Hold on a second. I don't think that's a good role model for 18-year-old black girls. I don't think that songs that are talking about like glorifying wet female genitalia is exactly, I don't know which one wrote that song. Which one was it?
I think it was Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Particularly after older stories from Erika's past resurfaced online. For years, Erika publicly promoted an image centered on discipline, modesty, and traditional values. She frequently spoke about cultural issues, encouraged certain lifestyle choices, and presented herself as someone whose life took a different direction before meeting Charlie. But then social media users began revisiting older content, and the conversation quickly picked up momentum online. Archived reality TV appearances, past social media posts, and older interviews started circulating again, sparking intense debate across multiple platforms. As more clips and screenshots resurfaced, some viewers began questioning whether the public image they knew reflected the complete picture being presented. Discussions grew as people compared older statements, interviews, and online posts, looking for consistency in the timeline and details being shared. Claims, denials, and past comments suddenly became major topics of public discussion.
What I've learned the most in these past 3 months is that my husband, he deeply mattered on a multitude of levels. So much so that it proved even more once he was assassinated. How much of a peacemaker he was.
And once people started placing old clips, posts, and timelines side by side, many observers felt the conversation shifted dramatically, creating even more scrutiny and speculation online. The conversation eventually shifted away from simply discussing whether Erika had a past and moved toward a different question entirely. Why, according to some critics, was there allegedly so much effort put into reshaping or reintroducing certain parts of that story to the public? That debate quickly gained traction and became a major topic online. That was when discussions about image management really started taking off.
Despite the devastating loss of Charlie Kirk, my incredible husband at UVU, Caleb has persisted with the same grit. It has been a long day. Trust me, you're not a grifter, honey. It's all good.
Critics pointed to deleted web pages, updated or removed biographies, older footage that became harder for some users to locate, and details they believed no longer lined up with earlier timelines. As those conversations spread, even more attention was directed toward past events and public records. Then the Romanian Angels controversy entered the spotlight and added another layer to the online speculation. Internet users revisited Erika's charity work in Romania, and while the organization publicly described its mission as humanitarian outreach, discussions reportedly became more heated as people questioned gaps in publicly available information, old associations, and resurfaced interactions connected to her past. It is important to note that none of the major allegations discussed in these online conversations have been proven. Still, once people begin suspecting that parts of a public image may be incomplete or carefully managed, even routine questions can start attracting outsized attention and intense scrutiny online. According to some viewers who have been closely following the situation, Charlie's sister Mary allegedly became one of the first people connected to the family to question parts of Erika's public narrative, and that immediately sparked discussion online.
Was until I hosted the first Trump rally in Trump rally history right here in Arizona in 2015. I got a call. I got a call from Miss Erika Kirk, Miss Arizona 2012. I just want to help, she said. So naturally, I put her right behind the president.
As a result, many observers now believe the honeymoon story carries more significance than it appeared to at first glance. Some people have speculated that if Mary is publicly raising concerns today, Charlie may have privately noticed similar issues years earlier during the marriage. That theory has fueled even more debate, with online users revisiting old stories, interviews, and public appearances in search of clues they may have missed before. As interest in the story has grown, discussions about the family dynamic have become increasingly intense. There have also been rumors and online reports claiming that Charlie's parents may have been linked to leaked conversations or recordings that Erika allegedly did not want becoming public. These claims remain unverified, but they have added another layer of speculation and tension to the ongoing online conversation. If any of those rumors were ever proven true, many observers believe the situation would extend far beyond ordinary family disagreements and become an even bigger public controversy. It would mean that people within Charlie's own family may allegedly want the public to see Erika in a very different light than the image that has been presented over the years. That possibility alone has fueled a great deal of online discussion and speculation. According to some observers, that theory changed how many viewers interpreted events following Charlie's death, especially as Erika became increasingly visible within the political movement. Rather than stepping away from public life, she took on a more prominent role, spoke out more often, and remained active in public discussions. Critics online were quick to point out what they saw as a notable contrast. While Erika frequently spoke about grief, faith, marriage, and preserving Charlie's legacy, some viewers argued that certain public appearances felt highly produced or carefully managed for maximum attention. Those opinions remained subjective, but they became a recurring topic in online debates. One of the most talked about controversies involved the backlash surrounding the AmFest event. After online reports claimed that a recreation of the tent where Charlie died had allegedly been displayed publicly, reactions spread rapidly and sparked intense discussion across social media platforms. Some people defended it as a respectful tribute meant to honor Charlie's memory and recognize his impact. Others, however, felt it crossed a line and transformed a deeply tragic event into something that appeared overly public or uncomfortable, sparking even more debate online. According to online speculation, Charlie's sister Mary allegedly saw the situation very differently from Erika, and that only added more momentum to the growing rumors surrounding the family. As those discussions spread, many people began wondering whether Erika and Charlie's relatives were still aligned on how certain matters should be handled publicly. With every new appearance, interview, or public statement, some observers felt that more questions were being raised instead of settled. That perception fueled even more online debate and encouraged viewers to examine past and present events more closely than ever before. As a result, people started analyzing Erika's speeches, interviews, and public appearances in great detail. Some even focused on her tone, expressions, and body language during events. One moment that reportedly attracted significant attention occurred while she was hosting a TPUSA event. Critics online claimed Erika appeared upbeat, confident, and energetic rather than visibly subdued, and that observation quickly sparked another round of heated discussion and differing opinions. She also publicly praised and expressed admiration for Nicki Minaj during the event, a moment that quickly caught viewers' attention. Many people pointed out that Charlie had previously been critical of the rapper and had described her as a negative influence, making the contrast especially noticeable to those familiar with his past comments. According to online speculation, that moment allegedly frustrated some people connected to Charlie's circle, including Mary. As tensions and rumors continued to circulate, even minor comments or verbal missteps during public appearances suddenly became major topics of discussion online almost overnight. People began replaying clips in which Erika reportedly made comments about her husband's death that some viewers interpreted in unusual ways, sparking intense debate online. Another widely shared moment involved a speech where she accidentally said grift instead of grit while honoring his work, a slip that quickly became a major talking point across social media. Those clips spread rapidly because, by that stage, many people were already re-examining older statements and appearances through a completely different lens. As online discussions grew, even small moments that might once have gone unnoticed started attracting significant attention and scrutiny. Once the honeymoon story returned to the conversation, some viewers stopped treating it as a simple newlywed anecdote and instead viewed it as part of a broader pattern they believed had been visible for years. Critics pointed to what they saw as signs of distance, questions surrounding public messaging, and rumors of growing strain within the family. These interpretations remain matters of opinion, but they have continued to fuel online discussion. That is the aspect of the story many people cannot seem to stop talking about. If Mary is allegedly challenging parts of Erika's narrative today, some observers naturally wonder whether Charlie may have had concerns or observations of his own while he was still alive. Others question whether the public image presented over the years reflected the complete reality, while supporters argue that much of the speculation is based on assumptions rather than proven facts. There has also been online speculation about whether the pressures of public life may have created challenges in the relationship long before the marriage fully settled into a routine. No one can know for certain, but many discussions keep returning to the same detail from the honeymoon story. One user summed up their reaction by writing, "No tech on the honeymoon, but do online courses." That comment quickly gained attention as people debated what, if anything, it revealed about the situation. As the conversation spread, more viewers shared their own interpretations of the clips and speeches being discussed online. "She tripped over her words there," one viewer wrote as the footage continued circulating across social media. Another critic commented, "The whole honorary degree is such a useless scam." Those reactions added even more momentum to an already heated debate. Additional comments soon followed as older clips resurfaced and were examined again by online audiences. One person wrote, "Jim on the honeymoon lectures on the honeymoon. I'm 65 years old, and this sounds like a made-up story. It gets worse every time she speaks." Others offered their own theories and criticisms, while supporters pushed back and argued that many of the claims being made online were based on speculation rather than verified facts. The debate only grew louder as more past moments were brought back into the spotlight. One particularly harsh commenter even wrote, "Guarantee she never loved him." Claims like that remain personal opinions and have not been proven. In fact, none of the major accusations connected to these online discussions have been verified. Even so, the growing wave of speculation has changed how many viewers interpret the honeymoon story today. What once sounded like an innocent newlywed memory now strikes some followers of the controversy as far more questionable. And for those closely watching the situation, one question keeps coming up. If it was truly a harmless moment, why do people believe concerns connected to the family continue resurfacing years later? What do you think about all the speculation surrounding this situation? Share your thoughts in the comments, and be sure to like and subscribe because many people believe this story is still developing.